Good morning. So, y'all know I skipped the day. Y'all gotta excuse me sometimes because your girl be busy, and it's okay because I'm gonna come to y'all when I can come to y'all, and we gonna have fun. We gonna live the night. All right. Um, I was sitting up here, and excuse my sinuses, y'all. Your girl got a lot going on. But I was sitting up here and I was looking at Instagram, and I was seeing one of my friends posted something and it was like, this is what childhood trauma work looks like or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what it said. I didn't even look at the whole video fully, but it made me think about last night. So last night I was driving to go get my nails done. Look, y'all. She's popping. Y'all, side note. Y'all know I gotta do a side note. I feel like I watched this TikTok video where this lady had took off her nails, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, what my hand look like? Like I gotta go get my long nails. Like I can't even do the little nails no more." She was like, "What does a lady of ill repute, gonna do with these little nails?" And I just had to holler and laugh, and I was like, "Yeah, I miss getting my nails done." Found this girl about a week ago. One of my friends recommended. Well, I actually like her nails all the time, and so she was talking about the girl, and I was like, I'm gonna go get my nails done. Like, I wanna get back to beautifying myself. Like, you be sitting up here talking about how much money you could save if you don't go get your nails done, your toes done, whatever else done. And it's like at the end of the day, child, you gonna spend that money somewhere else. So you might as well might as well let them hands look good, child. I got hands like my auntie. Might be a little ashy too, but that's all right. But anyway, y'all, so needless to say, I think I told y'all my grandmother passed, and so I was on my way to my mom's house to water her plants, right, and take care of her stuff or whatever. Um, and on my way there, like this song fell in my spirit, my spirit. Um, but it was the "Open My Heart" by Yolanda Adams, and I had started singing it and I was like, no, I'm gonna play it off YouTube. Y'all know how it be. So I goes to the song, click it. Cause all I kept, well, at first it was just the "Alone in the Room, Just Me and You." So I was like, okay, what song is that? What song is that? So of course I figured it out, found it on YouTube, played it, and I just started crying. And I was like, ooh, baby. And so I played it a second time and my little heart chakra started uh going. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just driving and I'm crying and I'm driving and I'm crying. And so then I played Donnie McClurkin. Well, I played another Yolanda song after that, but then I went to a Johnny McClurkin song that dealt with the heart, something about the heart. And I can't think of the words right now, none of that. This was yesterday evening after school. And I start singing that. And as I'm singing, like yeah, I'm singing and I'm crying. I got the boogers coming out, the everything just crying. And I was like, really holding space for myself. Cause sometimes, we have to learn how to hold space for ourselves. Like we be trying to hold space and help everybody else heal, but you gotta hold space for yourself and just allow yourself to be and to deal with the things that are coming up for you. And I know that I am in a place of healing, right? I'm in a place of, I'm always in a place of self-discovery. I'm in a place of evolving and ever changing. And I don't know if y'all know, but it was like a full moon um the other day. So, you know, most people be like, oh, it's a full moon this day. Well, it comes in cycles. It usually lasts is 3 days. Of course, the day in the middle is the full moon day, but it's actually 3 days where you have a full moon. And so, um, at the start of the full moon, it was just like this process that I was feeling in my spirit that there's a lot of healing that's gonna be taking place, and I take full advantage of the full moon and the moon cycles. Period, y'all. I'm a Cancer. Cancers are ruled by the moon. But even before I even knew any of that, like I've always loved the moon. I love staring at the moon. I love the phases of the moon. Um, all this different stuff. So it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I know some people, Christian people be like, oh, when you deal with not neurology, that's the mind, the study of the mind. When you deal with, I can't even think of what the words are, but anyway, your sun signs, and you deal with, um, yeah, all the wrong words because I'm like anthropology, that ain't it either. But y'all know what I mean. When you deal with all of these things, um, when they talk about the study of astrological signs, yeah. So when you deal with the study of all the how the planets affect your body and all these different things, really all that you're studying is these outside factors that are really showing you the inside, the outward expression of what's happening on the inside. That's what I believe. But again, my personal belief ain't got to be yours. That's your business. You do what you want to do. um but like I was saying, like I as we were going through this new moon phase, or excuse me, the full moon phase, and about to get into this new moon phase, there's a lot of cleansing and changing that has to happen. And I think within this new moon phase, there's a lot of things that are going to be pulled out, and a lot of change that is taking place in my life. Y'all, I'm so excited because y'all get to be like first seat. Y'all get to see it all happening. But like I was saying, so my grandmother passed. Started, thinking about these songs, played these songs, just boohoo crying, thinking about her. The funeral is on the 19th. So, it's just like, oh, this is real. I'm like, it's real. But, I'm not sad. Um, I'm sad that I won't be able to have the relationship that it was with her, to physically see her and talk to her. But I'm definitely not sad because I feel like now we are fully connected. I was watching this other movie too, The Empress on Netflix. If y'all ain't seen it, y'all should check it out. It's really good, actually. To me anyway. You might not like it. I don't know. But one of the things that the girl's father said, or whoever was there taking care of her, watching her at closer to the beginning of the first episode, was, um, life separates us, death unites us. And I was like, dang, that was deep. I was like, that was deep. But so like I said, I'm not sad. It's a celebration of life. I'm very excited. I know it ain't gonna be a dry face in there. I know I'm gonna cry. I already told them I'm gonna have my box of tissues. I'm gonna have my big shades on, cause baby, it's gonna be the snot for me. Okay. But I'm here for all of it, and I'm excited that she has transitioned, because this is this another start for her life. You get what I'm saying? Life and death for me, dead and undead, is a little bit different. My perspective is a little bit different. It's changed over the years, so that'll be another conversation for another day. But what I wanted to say, because I don't went all the way around the world, but I always connect the dots for you, is I started listening to a playlist of some old school Christian songs that I heard as I was growing up, and as I was listening to these songs, when I started singing them out loud, because I'm definitely connected to music. I think we all are, but I can only speak for myself. I love music. I'm connected to music, and as I was singing these songs, not just listening to them, but singing the words, I was thinking about the inspiration I was getting. A lot of downloads. I was understanding even more so my purpose and what it is, my disconnect to certain things, my connection to other things. um I was doing a lot of healing, and I was doing my own version of what I just seen read from my friend. Is my inner child, being able to heal and participate in the adult me, right now. um because we all have our own triggers, our own, things that hold us back, things that we need to heal from. And I think that more so than anything, I just cut off a lot of portions of myself, trying to learn and understand and relearn and excuse me, and process through so many things. And so I real deal was just allowing myself to hold space for me to just do whatever it is that I needed to do to release. And even after that, I went to get, like I told you, after I left there, I went to get my nails done. And even on my way, I'm still boohoo crying. I done listened to other songs, child. I'm like, I hope this girl ain't got no problem with me listening. I listening to my Christian, my gospel music. I was like, I put some earphones in, but I was like, I'm gonna allow myself, like I already made this appointment, but I'm gonna allow myself to do this grieving for me. Like the grieving process is it wasn't even about my grandmother. Like her passing allowed for me um to have a slightly um I don't want to say traumatic event, but a slight checkup, because I think that um well, let me reference this. Brother Panic, if y'all don't know him, y'all can go look. He might be a little abrasive for some people, but that's your business. If you need to go down that journey, that's one person who I follow to help get me on the path that I am on today. And he says that we learn through three ways. One is through repetition, two is symbolism, and three is trauma, which is so true. Like you singing your ABCs, that was repetition. Like somebody continued to sing it to you and for you, and so that assisted you into learning that. Or symbols, so when you see the golden arches, you see the check mark, that it equates to something. Golden arches, McDonald's, check mark, Nike. Now Amazon got their little slight check, whatever else. But all of these things are just symbols that connect to something greater. And sometimes you don't even know what all it connects to, because we're not doing that deep dive and research. And we even talk about that in literature, how there's symbolism in a lot of different things. So if you see a skull, you know that this means, you know, death, warning, danger, intoxication. There's all these other things just by seeing a picture. And they tell you a picture is worth 1,000 words. So, and the last piece was trauma. And think about it, when you were doing something bad, especially, I mean, everybody's family has something different, but you do something bad, your parents pop you or whoop you, because they're trying to train you to not do a certain thing. And so these are all the concepts that go into learning, right? Into um, remembering certain things. And so sometimes you have trauma that impacts you to stop certain things. And sometimes you have trauma that kickstarts you onto something new. And at the end of the day, it's your choice what you do with whatever that it is that you're receiving. So needless to say, going back to my story, I was listening to my music. I was like, I don't know if this girl do gospel music. I could put my earphones in now. I was like, but baby, I'm gonna let this in here music play. If she tell me to put that she don't really want to hear that, then that's something different. We'll talk about it. But at this point, I'm just gonna let it be what it is. So went to the girl place. I was playing some of the music, but on my way, I I could see my heart chakra growing. That the air aura, growing. And if you believe that, that's your business. If you don't, that's your business. Hello. If you my people, you know what I'm saying. So I could see that, and I could, before I even got to her, I had a flash for myself of a healing moment. Um and this was my own personal foresight, so I would really wasn't worried about anything. Got to her house, got in a room, she was doing my nails, we talking and stuff. And even she was like, girl, I ain't heard some of these songs in so long, oh my gosh, da da da. Well, before that, a little bit before that, my friend had called me, and we were talking, and I had mentioned something about the funeral date and all this other stuff. And so of course I got off the phone with her, went back to playing the gospel music. The girl was like, oh, my condolences, sorry to hear that. And I was like, girl, it's okay. And I was like, you know because she was saying something about me crying and stuff. And I was like, girl, I said, well, I told her, I say, if I cry while I'm here, I say, don't worry, you don't have to pacify me, you don't have to say anything. I say, I am going through this process of healing. And I say, and it's necessary for me. So, just allow me to keep doing your job, whatever it is, that you need to do to get my nails done. I was like, but I'm sure I'll probably cry. And I say, and it's okay. And if you choose to cry, if you need to cry, I will hold space for you as well. And she was like, girl, da da da, I'm a Cancer. She was like, if you cry, I might start crying and da da da. And I was like, you a Cancer too, girl? Like, what? And, we just started really talking. And, I was expressing to her about a couple different things, as far as healing goes and my process. And I was talking to her about how my life has been changing and how I'm choosing to change it and in the direction that I'm going in. And through that process, you know, of focusing in on me and allowing myself to have that space and being open to share that space, she too was receiving some healing that she needed, like the conversations that was being had. She was like, oh my gosh, you don't know how much you are blessing me right now, because a lot of the stuff that you're talking to, I haven't even said anything except for, come in, welcome, whatever. And she was like, but what you're speaking to was the things that I've been questioning and asking myself and debating about for the past however long. And I was like, oh, that's what's up. And we talked, and she was like, well, I got a question about, what do you think about people who may have gone through hard times, and you know uh they kind of choose, well, yeah, she was like, they kind of choose to continue to drink and do whatever. They don't maneuver. The question was something to that extent, and I said exactly that. I said it's a choice. I said a lot of people don't believe it, and I said, and that's their business. I say, but everything that you're experiencing is a choice. It's either a choice by you negating to make a play and to make a move, or it's a choice by you knowing that even that is still a part of the negation, but you knowing that there could be something better, but you don't want to do the work to get to that other point, or you're okay with settling into this. And I told her, I said, it's even like, being in an abusive relationship, and it doesn't have to necessarily be physical abuse. It could be mental abuse. It could be whatever it is. Because I've had that experience as well. But I was like, when you're in an abusive relationship, sometimes it's hard to see that that's the relationship that you're in, especially if it's a mental abuse. And I was like, once you get light of it, you catch wind of it, and I was like, even as a Christian, or, someone else coming to you and telling you, because that's like, I learned when I was younger, as a Christian, it's my responsibility to at least, I'm held accountable to at least expose you to what I see. And after I expose it to you, now that is on you. It's your accountability. It's your duty to do what it is that you will, right? Do as thou will. Um, but I was like, I told her, I said, I'm a Christian, but not in the factors that people say it, not in the parameters that people say it. I say I'm more spiritual than anything. And I was like, because I have my own belief system. I don't necessarily, register to any one thing that people say. And I was like, and if you listen to me, you'll notice that. Look, you'll understand what I'm saying. Um, but within our conversation, I was telling her, like, even with people who go through mental or physical abuse, I say sometimes you return back to it because you don't know what else to do, or you don't have the help. I was like, it does happen that way sometimes. And I was like, and sometimes people just choose to do it because they don't want to do the work to move beyond it. I said, it's also like this. One of my things that I've been saying this past year is, you know, people lie, and they say that when you know better, you do better. That's a blatant lie. We all know better. We know a little bit better than what we knew before. I was like, but when you know better, you don't necessarily do better. You just hold it as information, as knowledge. I say, but when you fed up, you'll do better. You can know better all day, but it's not until you get fed up. I said, when you get your ass whooped enough and you get tired of getting whooped, you'll stop. You'll stop them, or you'll stop going there and that putting yourself in that predicament. I say, when you are, you know, dealing with mental abuse, you're going to have moments where you're going to keep going back because, you have to work your way through that low vibrational area, right? I was like, but there will come a time where you get fed up with what is happening, with what you're experiencing, with what you're feeling, and you're going to push forward to something else. And I was like, she was talking about her aunt. Then she was like, yeah, they have it. She was like, I think you'll enjoy, this conference that they're having. Is called Broken Broken for Purpose. And I say, oh, okay. And I definitely am gonna look it up. I did remind her to send me the link and stuff. So I was like, yeah, girl, because I got to check it out. But one of my things were, too, when we were having a discussion, I said, we're never truly, I said, if you really want to think about it, to me, I said, we're never truly broken. I said, but what happens is the broken piece is all those things that society has put on us, right? All those things that your mama told you shouldn't do, you can't do, you won't do, that you got popped and whooped for, all those things that, society told you, as a girl, as a woman, this is what you should do, how you should act, how you should dress, all those things that the church said makes you modest, and all those things that they talked about as far as piety and all in these other concepts, which is a part of socialization too, all those things that the school system pressed and pushed upon you. I was like, those things are surrounding you and they're engulfing you. And I was like, and because it's engulfing you, sometimes it prevents you from being the best version of yourself. And you feel that stagnated energy, and you feel depressed, or you feel anxiety, or you feel like, you're playing a role in a character that you don't want to play anymore. And I was like, for the most part, that is what's being broken off of you. I was like, it chips away and it chips away. And I was like, and it seems so painful. And it seems like you're breaking. I was like, but you're not, you're releasing. And I was like, and that's the difference, is that all these things that is the shoulda, coulda, woulda, and what you should and shouldn't do, I say that's being broken off of you so that the true you can shine through. I was like, but if you don't do the work on yourself and do that internal work and deal with those internal conflicts and chaoses, I was like, that is the issue. And we interact with people, right? So that we can identify those things and then do the work. And I told her, this is why we're in relationship with people. And I was just telling her, then I started talking about my talk that I had on Clubhouse yesterday, and how, I was listening to this other lady in a room before. She was talking about relationships. And I said, I'm not a relationship expert at all. I was like, but I say what I do understand is how I see myself through the relationships that I engage in, and that I become engulfed in, right? And I was just expressing to her, we get into relationship with other people, um pretty much to either cleanse ourselves of something, to experience something, to release from something. And I was like, and so, of course, you have to be cognizant of these things when you choose certain people, and remember, sometimes you got to write it down. Remember why you're entering into a co-creation environment with these people. And, she went on to talk about a friend and, all these different things. And I'll probably talk about some of that in another video. But ultimately, what I wanted to get across today is, allow yourself time and space for you to feel whatever is coming up for you to question some things about your experience here on this earth, on this plane, for you to allow yourself space to heal, for you to explore, and feel the feelings that come up for you. The idea is not to get rid of the feelings and not to avoid them, but go through them. They're here to help you be exposed to you. Um, so I think, for the gist of it, that is what I wanted to talk about. And, however that rings true for you, whatever you need to do, whether it is to sit in the quiet and meditate for 10-15 minutes, whether it's to listen to music and just get up and dance, or just sit down and listen to a slow song and think about dancing, or think about releasing, or think about doing whatever it is that you need to do, or wash dishes, clean up, um, write a letter to yourself. Like, there's so many things that can help you release. Um, I might come back and post some journal responses or things like that. I am creating a book actually on um or a journaling book that with some of the prompts that kind of help me to uncover some things. Uh I'm gonna have to get back to that. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff I'm working on, but I'm gonna have to get back to that because that needs to go out next year. Um, I need to put out 4 books next year, and so that's gonna be one of them. But you know what? Do what you need to do to heal you. Become the best version of yourself. Know that you're already there. If you know it and you feel it that you're already the best version of yourself, you're going to eventually show up as that. And I can definitely say that that's what I'm doing now, is showing up as that. I'm holding space for myself. Like I said, I was going to take these, well, I probably erased that part of the video. I was going to take these rollers out, but I was like, you know what? I got to get this message out. However I need to get it out. Y'all will see me later. Look, y'all see somewhere I'm cute, and y'all will see somewhere I'm fine. Fine and divine. But in all honesty, y'all know I'm just coming to y'all to chat it up. As I heal, I hope I help others to go through that same process of healing and get into the best version of themselves. So I'm about to, I don't know what I'm about to do. I might sit here for a few more minutes, might play me some music. Um, I'm definitely gonna play me some music, cut the speakers on, and rock out for a little bit, and then I'll get to some work soon. But all right, y'all. I love y'all. Bye.